Vyas Media Network. One of the things I kind of want to start off, if that's okay with you.
Yes.
By first of all, thanking you for your time.
Most welcome.
The most asked question, I wanted to start off with this itself. What is the number one question that friends, I'll call them friends ask you, Your Eminence, the number one question when you think about it?
So, I teach meditation, and the most of the time, people ask me a question is, how I can stop monkey mind? So, mind is thinking a lot, sometimes overthinking or exaggeration. Then maybe we don't see the reality, there's a denial. Then after a certain level, there's a lot of stress, sometimes lonely, depressed, panic attacks. So mind become like restless. So the most people ask me, how can I make my mind calm and peaceful? That's the kind of like universal question.
That's the number one universal question. Did you, was it when friends asked you this, slightly, let's say 2 decades ago, things were different. We were without gadgets. But now with gadgets, are we more restless?
Yeah, of course, the gadget, normally, what I said, the gadget is like monkey mind. So monkey mind itself, not bad, not good. The relationship between you and monkey mind, that matters. That is very important. If you become friends with the monkey mind, actually monkey mind is good. Wisdom comes from monkey mind. Creativity comes from monkey mind. And also, monkey mind help you to manage your life. But if you become enemy of monkey mind, then you will never be peace.
Yeah.
Or if the monkey mind become your boss, monkey mind is a little bit crazy, then you become crazy also.
So you go ahead and you should not let monkey mind capture you.
Yeah.
Rather than slightly try to control the monkey mind.
Not really control, make friends with the monkey mind. So normally, we think there's two choice. First, maybe we fight with the monkey mind and keep monkey mind quiet. So that's what we think first choice. But that is difficult. Then what we do is we listen to monkey mind. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And monkey mind is crazy and go all over the place. Then we become kind of crazy and follow monkey mind, and then life become messy.
Yeah, life becomes crazy. How was it growing up, Yamit? How was it growing up in, if I may say so, in Manaslu? How was it growing up with your childhood?
It was a wonderful environment, and I have very wonderful family. My mom, dad, they are wonderful. And the Manasulu, 8th highest mountain in the world, and the village where was being born is called Samagaon. Samagaon, yeah. It's very nice, more open, surrounded by huge mountains. And one of my favorite spot is in the early morning, I go outside of my house, we have the corridor, and I look at the Manasilo. So then the first sunlight touch top of the Manasilo, look like golden color, shining. And then sun slowly come down. Then entire village, the sunlight illuminate entire village. And then people come out and they look after animals, birds are singing, and then life goes on. So that's the one of my favorite kind of like movie.
Do you miss being young? Do you miss being very, very, how do I say it, like a child? Do you miss that sometimes?
I don't particularly miss it, but I'm really appreciate.
Do you miss that moment?
Yeah, these are very wonderful moments, but I have panic attacks.
During these times?
Yeah, that is, I think, 8 years old.
Yeah.
I'm having panic attacks. So I had panic attacks maybe 7 years old, and I didn't know. I thought maybe something wrong with my heart. And I asked my mom to check with the doctor. So we came to Kathmandu, go to the best hospital. And those days, there's kind of like, you put something around heart, and then there's a, you know,
Yeah.
there's a long page will come. And doctor say, your heart is perfectly fine. But I don't believe doctor, you know. But then later I discover maybe that is panic attacks. So then when I was 9 years old, the panic attacks is very strong. So then I discussed with my mom, and mom said I should learn meditation from my father. And my father is great meditation teacher.
Yes.
So I began to learn meditation when I was 9 years old.
At a very, very young age.
Yeah, 9.
What do you miss the most about being at that age when you look back now?
One of the things I really like hiking the mountain. So from my house, if we hike about 45 minutes, and I can almost see the Manasilu, the top of the Manasilu, very clear, glaciers. I can touch glacier. And that was really nice.
And what gave you peace? What made you calm at that age?
When I look at the mountains,
Yes.
I see like they are giant and grounded, peace, and at the same time, blazing, you know. So I really like to see that. And also, my grandfather, grandmother, my father, they were meditators. When they meditate, they become just like mountain. Very peaceful, grounded, but free, present, like that.
That's something that, how does it make you feel when you're next to a mountain now?
I feel really good. One of my favorite activity is hiking in the mountains.
You still hike?
Yes, I think last year, maybe 2 years ago, I went to my hometown. We have to walk for 7 days. So from Kathmandu, half day by car. Then we have to hike. So we went, before we have to bring some porters like that. Now there's a guest house. So I stay at the local guest house, eat dal bhat, very tasty.
That's beautiful. That's really, really beautiful. A lot of friends. This morning, when I woke up in the morning, I was just thinking about. For some reason, I was reading about a few things about your childhood as well, and I was thinking about my own childhood. The base is created when you're young, and you follow up on that, and you grow on that. That's how I feel.
Right.
When I was very young, whatever learnings I got when I was young, that shaped me into the person that I am today.
Yes.
And with a lot of friends, I believe, all around the planet.
True.
When you're growing up, a lot of parents are, I'm sure, listening at the moment.
Right.
Any words of wisdom you'd like to go ahead and share with parents who are trying to raise kids at this moment?
So, in my village, we have this very strong kind of like Buddhist culture that we believe everybody has basic innate goodness. So that means by nature, everybody is wonderful. So when I was young, I'm quite naughty boy. Actually, it's kind of like restless. I myself like monkey when I was young. And sometimes people in the village, they don't like, you know. And then my mom sometimes scold me. But how she scold me, she never says, you not good. She will say, your action need to be changed. So my action kind of like separate. So I think this is really important, how to raise child. Normally, in our tradition, what we call 4 activities. Peaceful, enrich or enhancement, magnetizing, powerful. So 4 activities. The first is peaceful. The most important is activities peaceful, be there, be friend, and give your care, love, but don't control too much. So, like become friend. So I think it's really important. And the second activity is what we call enhancement. Maybe child need reward. Maybe financial support. Maybe intellectual support. Maybe protection support. Maybe enhance their inner ability. So something enhance, something support, something develop.
Yeah.
So that's the second activity. Number 3 is magnetizing activity. So magnetizing meaning you become source of inspirational for your child. You need to become role model.
Yeah.
And this is very important nowadays, like a lot of new research in the West. The most impact for the child is the role model of parents. So this heart-to-heart connection with the children is magnetizing. Like it's really beneficial. Number 4, powerful meaning. Then there's a ground rule. There's kind of a boundary also.
Yeah.
And you need to really let go of child, but at the same time, don't give up. You're just there and observe the ground rule, like doing illegal things or maybe eating drugs or maybe, so that you need to be care.
Yeah.
But then don't control, always do that, then child don't like you.
Then they will not agree with you at all.
Then they will not agree you, and then the opposite that what you wish to be with the child, they will do the opposite normally.
That's a fantastic thought process that I'm sure a lot of friends who are listening all around the world are definitely going to try to go ahead and use. You touched base on 2 specific things that I've felt it once in my life, just once in my life, and I believe I'm blessed that way. All of a sudden, heart rate spikes up. You don't know what's going on. It might be triggered by, for me personally, it was triggered by an event in my life that I didn't anticipate. It's going to put so much pressure in my body, in my mind. Overcoming anxiety, which I'm sure a lot of friends are suffering with all around the world. Anything specific that they could do, not just once, but over a long span of time, that can calm friends down?
So the panic attacks, the immediate relief for panic attacks is do aerobic exercise. Maybe you can do jumping rope or hike some stairs. So your heart little bit become faster, and if you get some little bit sweat, little bit, then after that do deep breathing. Like that. So slowly, don't like this. Don't do like that. Then you get dizzy and you will see galaxies.
Like we were talking earlier.
So slowly breathing in. So breathing in from the nose and inhale from the mouth. So after breathing out, rest a little bit in between the space, in between the breath. So do that few times. So that helps. And normally physical exercise, aerobic exercise is really good. Then you can do meditation. So meditation for long term really benefit. So how to meditate? You can do a few things. Maybe Nepali, Tibetan, and Indians, I think it's really good that meditation technique, what we call mental recitation. Reciting something in the mind. So in my hometown, we all chant Om Mani Padme Hum. Or maybe you can chant Om, 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 or any mantra. Or if you don't have mantra, you can come up a word that I'm fine, everything's fine. I'm fine, everything's fine. And don't worry about the meaning. Maybe you're not fine, it's okay. So how to do is first sit on the comfortable chair or cushion, and then close eyes, keep spine loosely straight, and then feel the body first. Just feel the body. And in the body, we have gravity, right?
Yes.
Can you do like this? Can you hold your hand like that? Do you feel weight?
Yeah.
And now more relaxed. When you do more relax the muscle, you feel gravity more. And you feel relaxation, both together. So bend head a little bit forward and keep spine loosely straight and feel the gravity. Feel the room temperature in the body. Just relax. For maybe 1 minute something. Then you recite the word. Let's say, I'm fine, everything fine. Close the mouth. I'm fine, everything's fine. I'm fine, everything's fine. Don't you worry about the meaning. But the problem is, while you're reciting that word, a lot of thought will come.
Yeah.
Pala, 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 yada. Am I doing right or no? No, no, no. Maybe my work, or maybe my relationship, maybe my family. Maybe something bad thing happened in the past. Maybe my deadline, my work, when I will finish, I'm quite lazy. All this bala bala yada yada, the monkey mind will come. So, important is, don't try to stop thinking. So if you try to stop thinking, what will happen? You will think more. For example, if you tell yourself, don't think about dal bhat. No dal bhat. No dal bhat. What will happen?
You think about that.
Many dal bhat will come. You will think about dal bhat. So the secret is, don't try to stop thinking. But then what you can do is, just remember the word. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Just remember that one. And maybe dal bhat is coming. So, I'm fine. Everything fine. One dal bhat comes like that. And in the background, maybe another dal bhat will come. Let them come. 2 dal bhat, 3 dal bhat, maybe 10 dal bhat. It's okay. But important is, remember the word. Normally, it's just glimpse. So when we do that, after a certain level, mind automatically become a little bit peaceful, a little bit calm. So peace, calm, and sometimes feel a little bit joy. These are the byproduct of the meditation, not the essence of meditation. But the essence of meditation is what we call awareness. Yeah. And now your awareness is with the word or with the mantra. So, I'm fine, everything fine, dal bhat, I'm fine. Where should I eat dal bhat? Everything's fine. Like that, totally fine. It's mixed is okay.
Over time, do you think the dal bhat is going to go away?
Over time, the result of meditation is not about stop thinking. The result of meditation is what we call our mind become pliable, walkable. So, the monkey mind normally, most of the time, become our boss. And maybe sometimes become our enemy. So normally 2 choices. But now slowly, you become the boss.
Yeah.
Because you're giving order to the monkey mind. Ask monkey mind, recite, I'm fine, everything's fine. I'm fine, everything's fine. So monkey mind begin to listen to you. So then monkey mind is nice actually.
Yeah.
And monkey mind become tool for you to help your life, help become peaceful, to see the reality more clear.
What I've started saying, it's been a while. I just wanted to touch base on this. Everything's good. Everything's good. Something bad happens in my life, everything is okay. Everything's good. It was meant to be, so everything is good. My line is, it's good. Everything is good. So even if something worse happens, it happened for a reason. And that led to something else, something beautiful. So it's good. And now I'll take a little bit from you as well. Everything's fine. Sleep is something that personally, now at this point of my life, I'm okay with this, Your Eminence. But a lot of friends cannot sleep at all. I've heard about various techniques. Probably friends from the military have their own techniques. Submarine sailors, submariners have their own technique. You hear various techniques from various different friends from around the world. Any suggestion to friends who are not being able to sleep at the moment?
So we need to work with three things normally. View, meditation, and behavior, what we call application. So for the view, of course, you need to learn the sleep is important. And normally most people know that. And the problem is cannot sleep. So now important is don't try to look for sleep. If you look for sleep, then normally sleep run away. So that is the secret of the monkey mind. If you say, don't think about that ball will come. If you say, I need sleep now, then what happens? Sleep disappear. So these two, what we call craving and aversion. So aversion, craving, both makes suffering, makes uneasy, not become peaceful if we follow these two things. So the view, let sleep come, let sleep go. Second, meditation. So meditation is one of the important meditation is what we call the scanning the body.
Scanning the body.
Scanning the body. So we discussed already about feel the gravity of the body, right? So now first you need to feel your head. And maybe whatever sensation there, maybe a little bit heavy, light, tight, pressure, relax, doesn't matter. And just relax. And then from head, go back, then face, neck, from upper back to lower back, chest, stomach, and then arms, then legs. So you scan from head to feet. Don't go up. So only down. Then you can lie down, right? Of course. And then in the end, feel gravity. In our body, there's gravity, right? The weight. And slowly feel around your neighbor. And then relax. So when you feel your neighbor and then relax, then energy go down. Then easy to sleep. So that is meditation. And then remember, don't look for sleep.
Don't look for sleep.
Don't look for sleep. Sleep come is okay. Not come is okay. I'm just going to relax now and having good time. And if you relax, normally sleep also easy to come. And also, there's little bit similar benefit as sleeping. Of course, not fully benefit, but a little bit similar benefit. So that's number 2. Number 3, behavioral level. Don't drink any caffeine. No coffee.
No, I'm drinking coffee now. This time is okay.
If you drink a lot every day, then a little bit reduce.
Okay.
And don't drink after 1 p.m.
1 p.m.
Not any caffeine. And also aerobic exercise. And when you sleep, room temperature a little bit cooler. And don't look at the smartphone or television, or don't do too much concentration before sleep. Maybe 1 hour or 2 hours before. So these also very important.
How long do you sleep, Vianet?
Me, 6 to 8 hours.
6 to 8 hours?
Yes.
Good solid 6 to 8 hours?
Yeah.
How long does it take you to...
Maybe 2-3 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah, if I need to lie down, then... But if there's noise outside, I have to know.
Yeah.
Okay, there will be a wedding outside of my hotel. Nepal and India, there's a lot of wedding in the night. So if I know that, then even wedding comes, no problem. But if I don't know before, then it will wake me up.
It's going to go ahead and... You are a light sleeper?
When I sleep, nothing.
Gone?
Yeah, gone.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. No, that's very, very beautiful. No, on today's date, this is something that, this is something that a lot of friends worry about, I'm sure. Will I be able to sleep tonight or not? Is there anything that you worry about?
I have one big worry.
What is that? What is that? What is that?
Not the big worry, but I really like to do my personal retreat. But also I really want to teach.
Yeah.
To help share this wonderful technique to many people. So sometimes I have conflicts. More personal retreat or teach more. Yeah.
That's something. But you want to spread. You want to spread your teachings. You're just deciding which way is the best way to move forward. I think both the ways are best ways. I think time management now has become more tricky with friends all around the globe.
Yes.
We have limited time.
Yeah.
That's the only thing in the world that's infinite. That's something
True.
that we cannot, we don't have any control over. Yeah. And we try to control it.
Right.
Balancing act of that, balancing act of time. Your thought process on that? Any suggestions to friends?
Yeah, so now I, of course, understand like doing my personal retreat also help my teaching quality, and by teaching also help my own practice. So I think we need to think about like that way. And time is like rubber band, rubber band. And then if you manage well, you can do many things. You can do exercise, you can do your personal meditation, you can teach, and you can sleep. And it's very important that we are master of ourselves and our time, our schedule, so many things that we can relate with also ourselves, how we can manage.
Yeah.
But important is, if already you schedule, then it's difficult to change. But if you think about this view, balancing your life, your work, your schedule before ahead, then you can arrange time nicely.
So rather than, let's say, for example, rather than traveling spontaneously, maybe plan it a little bit.
We need to have plan, of course. Then also listen to the heart and see the reality also. A little bit flexible. But sometimes in Nepal, we have too much flexible, right? And then we lost our sense of direction. That is too loose. Everything okay? Everything okay? But in the West, they have planned a lot. Then they don't see the reality sometimes. They just predict everything and then they walk like blind. So we need to find balance.
If you had to share a few words of wisdom to people who run the country, not just ours, but friends who run, powerful friends who run countries all across the world, any words of wisdom?
I think it's really important is first need to look at our inner, what we call basic goodness. So we all have awareness, love and compassion, and the wisdom from deeper level. Try to connect with your love and compassion, your wisdom, your awareness. So if we cannot transform ourselves, if you want to change the country, if you want to change the world, then the world will become chaotic. All the wars, now a lot of conflicts in the world. And these things comes because the dictators, they don't want to change themselves. They want to change the world. So if you want to change the world, then the world will become chaotic. But if the individuals, everybody want to change themselves, then world can change, because world is based on individual, right? And these practice, awareness, compassion practice, doesn't take so much time. Even every day, 5 minutes of this practice really helps. Entire day. The scientist said, when we brush our teeth, it will take 2 minutes, right? Maybe morning 2 minutes, 3 minutes, evening 2, 3 minutes. And that is good for hygiene for our teeth. Similar, if we can meditate, like compassion and awareness, maybe every day, 5 minutes, 4 to 5 minutes.
That's it.
It's like hygiene for our mind. But important is try to do a little bit every day. And that's really, really beneficial.
I'm sure the world leaders who are listening right now must be smiling. 5 minutes, I could do so many other things. But 5 minutes for your mind.
Most important.
That's the most important thing.
Normally we spend more than 3 hours average with a smartphone.
Yeah.
So you can spend still 2 hours, 55 minutes with a smartphone. Just take 5 minutes off.
That's about it.
Yeah.
It's your favorite place in the world, if you had to pick now at this time of your life?
Nepal, of course. I like Nepal. And I like mountains. And I like nature. So one of my favorite place is in Nepal.
Both of us love looking up at the stars.
Yes.
We were talking about it earlier before we started this. If there was a choice, this is something very out of this world. If there was a choice that you could go anywhere in the universe, anywhere in the galaxy, would you take that path?
Maybe. So in our meditation tradition, we talk about the relationship between mind and the matter. So all this universe, the galaxies, are not beyond than our own mind. Of course, it is very difficult to understand that. So when I was young, I have a lot of interest with cosmology, how big they are, the sun and moon, and then there's 7 or 8 different kind of like planets, and then galaxy, and then cluster of galaxy, and then universe. So observable universe is like round shape now. And in our meditation tradition, all these are the manifestation of our own mind. It doesn't mean mind create them, but it is like perception of the mind. So when we squeeze our eyes and look at the moon, we see double moon, right? Is there double moon there? No, there's no double moon. But you can see very clear there are 2 moon. Then the answer is, it's just perception of your eyes. So entire universe is like that. So now I have a lot of discussion with the modern scientists,
Yeah.
And now they are saying very close. 3 years ago, there's one scientist got Nobel Prize that the universe does not exist. And now they're talking about how our mind affecting the matter.
Yeah.
And what they call cosmic consciousness. So all this galaxies. It's huge, but also not far from our own mind. If we know the secret of our mind. So for me, I don't have particular seek to go out there. And I think the earth is nice also.
I sometimes look at the human brain and I have a few friends who work in this field. And sometimes, once in a blue moon, we sit down and just casually over a cup of coffee, we're just talking about things. And they explain to me, friends who've sat in this chair as well, some of the top surgeons in our country. And they've always explained it's so fascinating. And everything is within our mind. And within us, good and bad. And like you explained, we don't have to go all across the universe to go ahead and find it. But in this matrix, few things that I wanted to touch base on was, what do you think happens when we leave?
So, in our tradition, in our meditative tradition, that the nature, the fundamental quality of the mind is unborn, meaning you cannot die.
Never?
Never die, the fundamental quality of the mind. But thought will die, emotion will die. It's like when we go to sleep, we become unconscious. It's like dying. And we wake up in the morning. So what we believe, life's just like that. Until we fully recognize the natural quality of our mind, then the cycle will stop. So, where to go? Who knows?
What do you think? What do you think that moment's going to be like? I've heard so many different things. Scientists talking about, and doctors talking about so many different things. Science in general talking about. There's a flashback that happens right at the end of your life, where you get a flashback sequence of all the things that has happened in your life in a very short span of, let's say, split second.
Normally, scientists doesn't know what the mind, the fundamental quality of the mind is. They know about the function of mind, like thought, emotion, perception, memory, and imprint. And then they don't know the beginning and the end, where the mind comes from. Also don't know the exact answer. They don't know. But nowadays, they are more and more close to the what I learned in meditation, follow Buddha's teaching.
Uh-huh.
And what Buddha said, the mind, fundamental quality of mind is unborn. And that's why we have this life circle, past life, future life, all these things. And how we can know that? And of course, scientifically, they cannot really prove, because they are only looking at the material level. But now many scientists, like psychologists and cognitive science, what they say 10 years before, what they said, if the child just being born, it's like empty paper, like blank empty paper. And then child need to learn everything after the birth. So child is very confused at the beginning and like don't know who he or she is and what about these things. Then maybe after 3-4 months later, the personality comes. Then after that, then they have sense, this table, and slowly. Now they said, it's impossible. So what they see is the child has sense of the world already together with from the womb. The moment of the child being born, the child has sense of the world. And that cannot learn after the birth. And even personality is fixed from the birth. So they don't know where this come from. So it's very similar as what we discussed, like these traits, imprints from the past life. We can continue. And the death, people die. There's a lot of people, like people having operation, they can see themselves. and some people, they die and almost die, come back. There's a lot of evidence about even not using five senses. There's another sense that can see and can know. So these things are like, kind of like all this direction coming together as what Buddha taught 2,600 years before. So it's very interesting. So I'm doing every year kind of like private meetings with the great scientists in the USA. And it's really fascinating to learn these new things.
Before I jump into the Wisconsin story, I just want to touch base on something that I've heard. A lot of, not a lot of friends, but a few people have told me a very similar story where once people imagine somebody flatlines, they're gone for let's say a minute. When they come back, they talk about friends that they met who've already passed away. Maybe there's a parallel universe. Maybe there's a place where everybody goes, or some people go. Do you believe in something like that?
Why not? Everything's possible. I mean, everything's possible, and I cannot say exactly what is that or what is not. But since everything is a perception of mind, anything's possible.
What exactly is past life regression?
I don't know exactly. I never tried that one. So I think there's a lot of kind of like therapy and got subconscious and then a lot of memory. Some is fake, of course. Many of them are fake. And some, I think there's truth in it.
Do you think there's we are part of we're part of something, the reincarnation? How do we go ahead and figure out that we were something before this life? Like, what were we before? That's something that's always very fascinating to me as well.
So the reincarnation is, as I mentioned before, it's just like in between the thoughts. So you are happy morning, then happy finish. You are upset. And then you feel neutral. Then these feeling dies. You are craving something. Then that dies. Then maybe you feel compassion. It's just like that.
Everybody wants to stay young forever. And I remember looking at, sorry to say, your images of your brain where definitely you haven't aged at all. How did that happen? And I was reading up about the Wisconsin story as well. How did that come to play?
Yeah, so I put my brain in the machine, I mean whole body scan since 2002.
2002, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
2002, yeah.
Yeah.
So, my brain's there.
Could you tell us about this
case?
Is
my brain or no? Maybe not.
That's not your brain?
In the book, this one?
Yeah. So since 2002?
Yeah, 2002.
Okay.
So there's many tests with my brain. So now the aging one is they keep the record from 2002. Then I went to wandering retreat 4.5 years later. Then I go back. So what they see is the brain aging is 99% less than the normal aging rate. So that means, I think I exactly forget, I'm 11 years younger than my age, my brain, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then there's a lot of other tests. At the beginning, 2002, before that, I mean, I went to USA in 1998.
Yeah.
First time I was teaching meditation outside Nepal and India. And people who come to my class and they said they feel shy to share their colleagues that they're meditator. During those days, if you tell other people I'm meditator, they think you are hoo-hoo.
Something's wrong with you. Wrong with you.
Maybe you are unhappy, or maybe you are a little bit off the normal, off the road.
Which part of USA was this, Your Eminence? In 98?
I went 3. One is Wisconsin University.
Yes.
One is the Berkeley University. Another is MIT, near the Boston. So in the Wisconsin, they did a lot of detailed tests. So I went to fMRI machine. It's huge. And this is special, like not the MRI, fMRI. And inside is very cold. And there's a like tongue coming out.
Yeah.
And I have to lie down on the tongue as like corpse, I cannot move my body. So I have to pretend like I'm dead.
To stay there.
Yes, stay there. And they put a lot of things around my head. Make sure that my head's not move. And they sometimes give me something in my mouth. I have to chew. So then they put me inside. It look like the one big giant person, swallowing you. So then inside, I have like this big earphone and a screen here, and I have to meditate. And the scientists are in the next room having coffee, and giving me instruction from the microphone. So I have to meditate on what we call open present, meaning not using any object. Sometimes what we call objectless meditation, just being present. And then meditation with object. So that can be the mental recitation or breathing. And most of the time, I can see there's a screen and they have dot, and I focus that one. And love and compassion, and analyze something. Not so much analytical meditation, but mainly these 3. So they said, okay, 4 minutes compassion. Stop, 2 minutes compassion. Don't practice compassion for 2 minutes. So then what they see is in the brain, what they call gamma synchronize. So gamma wave in the brain. All the different part of brain works together. And I remember that the first I went to the machine in the morning. In the afternoon, they said, something wrong with the machine. The machine is broke. So afternoon, you have free your holiday in the afternoon. I thought, oh, okay. And next morning, they asked me to go there. So I have to go to the machine 3 days. Each one is 3 hours. Something like that. Sometime. So then later they said, they see the gamma synchronization, the number is about 700. So normally it cannot go beyond 100. If they reach around 90 or something, I actually not remember. That means you're totally crazy. Normally it's only a few seconds, the gamma. So they said, I'm not crazy, but the brain, when the meditators look like every part of brain works together. And that is follow the instruction. So when they said meditate, and then it comes. When they ask stop, it will stop. So it's like the brain listen to yourself. And then they didn't publish the next year. I think 2004, they had big publish about the meditation. And not only me, there are many other great meditators. Maybe 6 or 7 of us. We did not one time, but 1 month later, and another month. So the main important what they found is the through meditation, we can change our brain. Many years before, they don't believe that we can change our baseline. So it means if you are a sad person, No matter what happens, the baseline sad cannot change much. If you win the lottery, 80 million US dollar, then you will be happy for a few months or 2 years, maximum 2 years. And after that, you become sad again. And marriage, in the past, they said 5 years. Now they said 2 years. Maybe in the West, not in Nepal.
Not in Nepal. Forever.
Nepal happy forever.
Forever.
So, the one thing that little bit helps is cosmic surgery. Plastic surgery.
You stay happy for a long time?
For a longer time.
Okay, that's good to know.
Otherwise, the fame, power, money, all this doesn't change the baseline. But through the meditation can change baseline. Just doing that boring, the word recitation in the mind, maybe every day 5 minutes, but every day can change the baseline. Even when you're not meditate, you become happier. So that's one of the big findings.
It's such a awareness for me as well, and such a fantastic podcast that I'll stay with me forever. Could you elaborate a bit on meditation types? And I didn't want to use the word type, but obviously there are various ways. I've heard friends saying, give it 5 seconds. You don't have to be in a closed room. You don't have to be in a quiet environment. You could be traveling in a train. You could be in an airplane with noise all around, but you could still talk to your inner self. You could still take a break. What would be the style or types of meditation?
Yeah. So normally, the style of practice, there are two. One is the formal meditation. One is informal meditation. So the formal meditation meaning you let go of everything.
Everything.
Yeah, no smartphone, no talking, silent, and maybe for 5 minutes, be yourself, fully time dedicate. Be with the awareness or compassion or wisdom. So that is the formal meditation. Then we have informal meditation. And that informal meditation, you can meditate everywhere, anytime, with anything. So that means if you're looking at your smartphone, you can meditate. If you're driving, you can meditate. If you're having meeting, you can meditate. In the flight, in the car, walking, in the home, cooking, anytime, anywhere, just few seconds. And that informal meditation helps formal meditation. Formal meditation helps informal meditation.
Any suggestions you want to give to friends on this, on the informal side?
Formal side, try to build a habit.
Yeah.
So it will take 30 days. Maybe some of your friends watch this broadcast and they may be inspired. Okay, from tomorrow, rest of my life, I will meditate 5 minutes. Then you feel very heavy if you think rest of life. So you just need to think 30 days only. And maybe if you are really inspired normally, you can, first week, maybe you can make it 5 minutes every day. Second week, next day, tomorrow. And third week, disappear normally. But if you can survive, fourth week,
Oh, wow.
end of the fourth week, then you already have habit. Then it has become what we call imprint, the positive imprint in the subconscious. So automatically you have this interest or energy to practice meditation. So it's just 30 minutes. So maybe give yourself 30 minutes, 30 days.
30 days.
Not 30 minutes, sorry. 30 days, every day, 4 to 5 minutes. So if you survive day 30, then after that, become easy.
Consistency is the key here.
Yeah, consistency is the key. For example, if you want to go to the gym, you do 2 hours exercise, and next day you have a lot of pain. And if you don't do exercise after that, not so much benefit. But if you do maybe 15 minutes every day, then really benefit. It's like taking vitamin. You cannot eat vitamin too much at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But you have to eat regular base. So then it helps. So as I mentioned before, if you want to brush your teeth,
Exactly.
maybe one day, 1 hour. Then 1 week, no brush teeth. It doesn't help so much.
Yeah, no teeth at all. Your Eminence, you've traveled the world extensively, and we're so used to materialistic things. Obviously, I don't want to take names of brands, but they're brands that sell products, thousands of dollars, probably millions of dollars, right? We're constantly looking for that next thing. I want to buy that next car. I want to buy that next house. I want to buy that next bag, that next shoe, that next belt. I don't know, that next thing. I constantly looking for materialistic things. Do you have anything materialistic that you were very attached to, that you constantly wanted maybe?
I built small wooden garden house behind my mom bought a land long time back. Mm-hmm. So now me and my mom stay next to each other, and behind we preserve a small forest, and we build small retreat house. So I really like that one.
That's your thing.
It's my kind of like relax and go deep into myself and peaceful place.
Friends are into materialistic things, right? What do you want to say to them?
It's like monkey mind. All this material, if you lost with that, it's become very difficult. Then this will be never end. But it doesn't mean that you should not connect with the material. And many materials can help. Like we do this information from the smartphone or television. People can learn and also can grow. So it depends on how you use it.
Like you were mentioning earlier, right? I'm sure somebody is listening right now and probably wants a bigger motorcycle or a better car, which probably they don't need, or a small little bag which costs thousands of dollars that probably they won't need, but they want it. The happiness is going to be just for a moment. Do you think that happiness is going to stay for a long time with that bag or with that shoe or with that bike or that car?
It will not stay a long time. So this happiness is what we call like drinking coffee. So when you drink coffee, good for 20 minutes, then you go down. So the temporary happiness never feel complete, deeper level.
Yeah.
So there's a sense of, everybody has their sense of incompleteness or a little bit sad or a little bit dissatisfaction. Mm-hmm. So that is what we call dukkha. In the Sanskrit term, dukkha. Dukkha meaning dissatisfying.
Dissatisfying.
Or incomplete. Or hollowness. Motorbike cannot feel that. Winning lottery cannot feel that. House cannot feel that. But what can feel that hollowness is maybe with awareness or love and compassion or wisdom. So the scientists did research about people watching the breathing, like breathing meditation or reciting silent mantra in the mind, actually can can change the baseline. And the hollowness can be can feel. But people who win the lottery, happiness only good for 2 years, then come back to the baseline. So if you really want to be happy, 2 choices. Watch boring breathing or win the lottery.
A lot of friends are
I'm just kidding.
A lot of friends are just surviving, right? I want friends to live. There's a difference between surviving, waking up in the morning and not want to go to work, but they have to go to work to survive. But to live, I don't think we need a lot to live. but we want a lot of things, right? The difference between surviving and living. Your take on just living, anything you want to go ahead and elaborate on this.
So the material things, there's no particular instruction you should get rid of that. Detachment, what we call detachment. It's not like you get rid of material things. Or you should pursue only material things and then let go of your inner value and give up compassion, love, awareness, wisdom. Then you become the slave of the material thing. So we should not follow these two extremes.
Uh-huh.
So, Buddha was born in Nepal, in Lumbini. He has a lot of luxury life in Lumbini. And at the beginning, he thought, these are the obstacles for my inner journey, my true happiness. And one day, he escaped from the Kapilvastu, the kingdom, and went to ascetic journey, become like a sadhu, and learn a lot. And then he thought, meditation and rigid practice is very important. He went to Narajan near Bodh Gaya, Narajan river. Meditate very tight and rigid, no material, no even food, very little food. And he become very skinny, they almost become skeleton. 6 years. And he thought, that's not the good way. Then he let go of that rigid practice. And whoever give him, he accepted. Become balanced. So most important is finding the balance. And he said, my followers, if somebody offer you the robe, cost 10,000 golden coin, you can accept. But don't look for that. Giving up with your practice. So finding balance, I think is very important.
That's the most important thing. How long did you stay in Bodh Gaya, Your Eminence?
Me?
Yes.
I have monastery in Bodh Gaya.
I know. Did you? How long did you? I've read that you stayed there for a long span of time, if I'm not mistaken.
Some time, yeah. Mostly winter time. I go there maybe about 1 month or something like that.
I haven't been yet. I'd love to go. Anything specific you want to go ahead and share about your time when you spent in India when you were there? Not just in Bodh Gaya, but in your earlier days.
I went to India when I was 11 years old. Northern India. Place called Treble Monastery, and there's one of the most important, my guru, His Holiness Taisidu Rinpoche. So he was there, and I went there to learn the meditation and the philosophy, the Buddhist philosophy, and all these things. So since 11, I studied a lot there, and 13 I went to retreat for 3 years. And I finished 17, when I was 17 years old. And then I joined the monastic college, what we call Sheda. Sheda is like monastic college for 9 years.
Yes.
So all this time I spent in India, northern India. But every year I have holidays, 2-3 months holidays. I come back to Nepal, spend with my mom and especially with my father, and continue to receive teachings from my father. My father is a great meditation teacher.
He's a gem of a person from what I've learned. Where do you want to go next? Is there a place that you haven't been that you'd love to go?
Not particular. I went many places around the world and everywhere similar.
Is there anything, anywhere specific that you'd love to go? You'd want to go?
I want to do some more personal retreats in the future. So maybe place where next to the mountain, but not like wandering like totally lost. Maybe every year 2-3 months retreat and kind of like continue my own practice. So that's I want to do in the future.
One of my favorite places in the world is, for me personally, this is me saying it personally, I feel very relieved. My heart feels very, very relieved when I'm at the people tree right next to the Ashoka pillar. There's a small little pond, and then there's a people tree right next to it. That's one of my favorite places in the world. My heart just feels calm.
Wonderful.
I don't know why. I wish I knew. I just don't know why. And then whenever in the evenings when you are there and next to the Maya Devi temple, and there monks chanting in the evening.
Oh, right.
And then you're just sitting there. That's one of my favorite places in the world. I don't know why. I wish I knew.
Right.
I just don't know.
Yes.
Your favorite place in the world?
I really like cave.
Oh.
Cave. So when I was young, I learned the great meditation master in the Tibet called Milarepa. So it's very famous, kind of like yogi.
What name again?
Milarepa.
Milarepa.
Yeah, very famous. And he stay cave, go to one mountain to another mountain, and practice meditation in the caves with a very free, open style. So that's one of my dream.
You want to see
I want to do that, but actually I went 4.5 years like that. So I was very happy. I did that, but still I like caves. So when I see caves, oh, there's a cave,
You love it. I was.
There's a picture.
Oh, there you go. Where exactly is this, Yavin?
This maybe one of the Milarepa cave, pilgrimage, Nepal.
Yeah.
In Yolmo,
Helambu
also have Milarepa cave, and also in the Lapchi, there's a place called Lapchi. There's Milarepa cave, and also Manang. There's also Milarepa cave. There's many in Nepal also.
In Nepal. Yeah, I mean, it's you love trekking.
I like hiking. Yes.
You hike like a couple of days trek.
Yeah, 7 days, 8 days, like that.
One of my favorite places that I have to. I don't know why. It just crossed my mind. I went on a trek 2 years ago in Dolpa. Went to see the Ringmo village and Sefok Sondo. When we got there, generally the Sefok Sondo is all blue. It's turquoise. It's beautiful blue color.
Yes.
When we got there, the weather was the weather came over, and then it started raining. So I never got to see the blue lake.
Right.
So friends in the village said, you have to come back. So the lake has called you again. So I don't know if you've ever seen Foksondo.
Yeah,
Sefok Sondo. You've been?
I went there.
Oh, you've already been there. Otherwise, I was about to go ahead and say, hey, Your Eminence, it would be great to go again.
I saw the blue lake also.
You saw the blue lake?
Yes.
I need to go back there again. Is there a place that you want to go back trekking maybe?
Yeah, maybe one day I want to go again.
Before we go, I just want to touch base on your books. So obviously, I'm definitely going to go ahead and pick all your books. One specific thing that I wanted to go ahead and one specific book that I wanted to go ahead and talk about was called Zigi.
Zigi. Yes.
And Zigi means radiance, brilliance, and confidence, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And there's one word that touched me a lot, which was called confidence.
Yes.
One of the reasons why I do this and why I stay here is to make sure that the young friends from Nepal get that sense of confidence.
Yes.
It's very big with me.
Yes.
That word. I want everybody to be confident as much as they can.
Right.
Any words of advice that you have when it comes to bringing in that confidence in a human being?
The one of the most important is everybody has unique quality, and what we have potential, skills, capacity, and special wisdom and knowledge, but it may not be same. So sometimes we think I'm not good because I'm not same with him or her. But you have something unique quality which is he or she doesn't have.
Yeah.
So in a way, is equal. But important is we need to acknowledge and maybe explore what are my strengths, what are my capacity. And normally what we call 3 ways to uncover, 3 ways to discover your ability. 1, through study, through learning, through wisdom, of course. 2, do something. So sometimes you think, oh, maybe I cannot do that, but then you have some forces you have to do. And after that, you think, wow, I did it. I didn't know I have that capacity. Actually, everybody has that capacity, but we don't know.
Yeah.
So it's very important that you have unlimited capacity and skills, actually. Number 3, from the problems, from the obstacles, life challenge. If you have obstacle, if you have challenge, don't give up, but relax and continue to look for solution. There's always some kind of solution. May not be the exactly what you're thinking the first one, but they might have different one. For example, if you're going somewhere and then you reach the end of the road, so there's a huge wall in front of you, huge wall, then what you can do? If you bang your head to the wall, everything is possible. I can go through this wall. Does not work. I need to go through. I need to go through. Then what happened? You will have alu.
You will break your head.
So normally, when we were young, we make joke. You have alu, meaning you will hurt your head. But there are different ways, many different possibilities you can cross. Maybe you look around, oh, there's a staircase. You just bring staircase, climb, and put the other side. Or like rock climbing style. Or maybe somewhere there go underneath. Or maybe go around. So actually there's full of opportunities, door. But we need to think out of box. So these things, our potential, how it manifests with us, that we need to believe that. We need to believe that is possible. And that, from there, then real confidence comes.
No, that's brilliant. That's very well put. Yeah, I mean, it's such a pleasure to have you. I know I have very limited time with you, and I definitely want to thank you. Thank you very much for giving us your time.
You're most welcome.
The last thing that I wanted to ask, which I kind of started off with, time is very limited for you, for me, for all of us in this world. What would be the best thing for a lot of friends who are listening right now to spend their time on in this 21st century, according to your suggestion?
So, balance. As like Buddha said, balance. So how to find balance? So one time, I met one of the top business leader somewhere in kind of like in the West. And he said, I can do 30 days work in 20 days, but not in 30 days. So you need to have, meaning is, if you work with the quality, the 20 days work is good for 30 days. But if you just work, not good quality, not giving time to yourself, you burn out, then 30 days work does not become like 1 month of work. So we need to kind of like manage. So 2 things important, active and resting. Resting, some meditation, try to sleep early, and also exercise.
Yeah.
And also time with the friends and family. These are very important. Another engage is work, thinking, task, do. So we need to find this true balance. Then I think life will be good. I'm teaching meditation many places in the world, and my schedule was very busy. But then I make time for myself.
Yeah.
Morning, until 10 a.m., sometimes even until 12, no teachings. So I do my morning practices, sometimes do exercise, and I teach in the evening, sometimes until 9 and 10. It's okay. But then there's some kind of like regular time for yourself. And then you do activity. So that's become balance.
The most important thing is to go ahead and get time for yourself.
Yes.
Wow. No, this is beautiful. Your Eminence, thank you very much. Have I missed out on anything? Anything you want to share with friends who are listening to us all around the world?
I think it's good. You asked very good questions.
Your Eminence, I'd love to come to one of your retreats. Next time, I'll be more than happy to
Welcome.
be in touch. And I'll definitely come for one of the retreats.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Most
and
welcome.
This is the first time. I'd love to get more of your time in the future as well.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Most
much.
welcome.
Wow, this is perfect. Vyas Media Network.